And a good afternoon. Bruce here on how to clean your gun. Today we'll do a handgun. This is part of a continuing series which starts from here, cleaning the handgun. This will be part of the North Carolina Concealed Handgun class. But this is a standalone class for beginners. Even you experienced people may pick up a trick or two. So, let's hit it! Your time's wasted. Alright. We're going to clean your handgun. Okay. Well, let's start off with the basics. What do I wear? Old clothes, preferably. They're going to get junk on it. Some of this stuff may not come out right away and smell funny. So just act like you're going to be painting a room. Old clothes that you're not worried about if something happens to them. Okay. Clothes. Now, so you don't have any old clothes like that. You can put on a raincoat. Get creative. Piece of plastic, garbage bag, cut a hole, put it on there. Good Halloween costume too. So don't overthink it. Just protect yourself. Now, a lot of these are chemicals. You're worried about your delicate skin? Get gloves. These are more my finished after the done gloves. Alright? So you've got nice blued handgun, not a black gun. When you go to put them in the safe for storage, you want some nice cotton gloves. Now you're worried about chemicals on your hands? Well, here's some government rubber gloves. These are chemical gloves. I use this for the real nasty stuff. U.S. government issue. Chemical protective. So, whatever you want. Of course, I'm old school. Brought up in the toxic age. I don't worry about any of that crap. Alright. So, rule 1, safety. Always make sure. Today we're going to do a Springfield XD 45 5.25 competition. One of my everyday carries. We'll clean that. It's nice. It's big. You can see what's going on. Alright, first thing we do, safety. Safety, safety. Treat every handgun as if it's loaded. So when you're cleaning, don't be aiming it at your kids in front of the television set. No. Establish a safe zone. Boom, muzzle's always in this direction. I'm safe. Alright? Good. Second, get rid of the magazine. Get rid of the ammunition. Get it away. 2 reasons. 2 reasons. 1, all my chemicals and things I have here are designed to eat up gunpowder. Well, you get some of that solution in an unsealed cartridge that is in your magazine, not clip, magazine. You can destroy the gunpowder, have a misfire, hang fire, or the deadliest one of all, squib fire. I don't wish any of that upon you. So, get them away. Here I've got a few. Oh, something else. Tell you what, you've seen enough of my face. From now on, let's zoom in on the details. Not upon my face. Alright, hang in there. Let me adjust here. Alright. Zoom in a little bit. And a little bit more. Oh, a little bit. Oh, now you can see what we're doing. There we go. So, I'm going to zero in on my tray. A little bit above so you can see what's going on. Okay. Beautiful. While we're at it, see that little tray? That's a standard cafeteria tray. Now I can't see where I'm doing here. Turn that viewfinder around. That's a standard cafeteria tray. Cafeteria trays work great. You're going to do this on the kitchen table. You're going to do this on the kitchen table. Get you a tray. Don't have one of those. Cookie sheet. Not one of the wives' good sheets for biscuits. Oh, you'll be fried. Okay, so get rid of the magazines. We'll leave one here because I want to show you something. Now, in my handguns, I number all my magazines because every 2 weeks I rotate them out. I keep about 10 magazines for my carry just so I can rotate them out. There we go. So, ammo, magazines, removed from the location. Where was it? Oh, yeah. Every 2 weeks I change out my ammo, different magazines, make sure the springs are okay. Just in case, because when it counts, I don't want it to mess up. Now, a lot of people neglect cleaning the magazines. They figure, that's good, and most of the time you're right. One time you may not be right. So, let's get something to pokey with. There we go. Now, take apart your magazine. Keep all the cleaning fluids away from, oh yeah. See that round part? That's kind of like the arrow, telling me which way this is going to be removed. So on this one at Springfield, I depress here, push there, slide out here, and stop. This is under spring tension. Hold your finger there, remove that. Now, to make life easy, put them all in the same order that you took them out. Took them out. Round edge forward, round edge forward, round edge of the magazine. Even the springs, the angles. Same angle. Take that out. And then followed up by the follower. Okay. Now for the magazine, just take a clean, dry, non-oiled rag. Check through it. Yeah, that actually needs a little bit. I keep dirty rags for the nasty first things. I keep medium rags, finish rags. Keep a variety of rags. So from now on, you don't throw out any old t-shirts. They have now been allocated to firearm cleaning. So, just run it through the mag. Get rid of the obvious dirt. Do not oil the magazines. Check your spring. Clean that off. Just dust it. Unless it's rusty, it won't need anything more. Just clean it off. Okay, remember, oops, I got to get it in the right direction. I'm keeping everything going this way. Is that right? No. That right? Yeah. Whoops, got to put it in the follower first. Huh? Give that a quick rub. Clean. Beautiful. Now, this is the best time to inspect everything you do. So, not only have I cleaned this magazine, I've inspected, is anything worn? Anything coming apart? Here we go. Same, and clean. Without oil. That magazine has been inspected, and it is now ready for 13 rounds of 45 ACP beauty. I'm going to put this magazine to the side to keep it away from the fluids. Okay. Now, speaking of fluids, what shall we use? Well, first off, for my bore, the barrel, I like to use Hoppy's number 9. Some people use CLP. There's a bunch of things. Don't get all hung up on the latest space age tech. Many things work. Hoppy's number 9 is some of the oldest original. Oh, where's my Hoppy's number 9 can? For crying out loud. Anyway, I've got some Hoppy's number 9 in here. That's the biggest faux pas. I should have had a brand new bottle sitting out here. I'll get over it. Alright. Hoppy's number 9. Something else I like a lot for cleaning and soaking, CLP. Beautiful stuff. Clean, lubricate, preservative. The only thing, forget the lubricant. It's not a lubricant. It sucks as a lubricant. But as a cleaner that's not toxic and you don't feel like you're going to get cancer from it, perfect. Like this Winchester gun cleaner. Sorry, Winchester. This stuff smells like cancer in a can. It just smells nasty. Alright. Now, I like to get things from the house. It doesn't have to be, every top dollar item from the gun store. Say I've got a rusty part on a firearm. 2 parts rusted, a screw rusted in. Nail polish remover. That stuff works like a champ. Why? When you get the ingredients, make sure you get the 2 main ingredients. Acetone and lanolin. Acetone penetrates and the lanolin lubricates. Alright? Cheap, $1, whatever, the dollar store. See? Save some money. Money. Now, as far as, something else. Oh, yeah, this is good for you auto guys. Seafoam. You put it in your gas, you put it in your oil. When you're freeing up rusty motors, Seafoam. Talk about a good deep cleaner. Get at your auto parts store, $6, $7 a can. Lasts a long time. Alright. Something else that we use as a cleaner, not an oil, a cleaner, WD-40. WD-40, it's also good. I lost a light. Also good, breaking up rust, cleaning, but do not use it as a lubricant. It is not a lubricant. WD, water dispersant. So use it as a cleaner, don't use it as a lube. Now you want to use lube, we got so many things. This is older than dirt, but it is still excellent. 3-in-1 oil. I can't say enough about this stuff. Get it at your hardware store. It works. It's great. It is a true oil. Alright, what else we use as oils? Remington oil. That's been around. Everybody's got it. It's alright. It's alright. This is the fancy oil I bought for AR-15s from Lucas. Cost me a fortune. This was $9 or $10 for this little jar at the auto parts place. You can save your money if you change your own oil at home. So you use Mobile One? Great! Save a little bit. You'll have years worth of gun oil. Works great. You don't have that, any 30 weight oil. It's not that big a deal. In fact, the same way you change oil for the season, cold weather, thinner oil, hot weather, thicker oil, you can do the same with your firearm. My AK-47, I'll actually use a Vaseline or a grease in the summer and then just go to a heavy oil in the winter. Well, it doesn't care. You put Crisco and bacon fat in it and it works fine. Alright, now, all this liquid and stuff, it's going to go somewhere in your tray. Well, I keep a little Spam can here, and that catches the excess fluids. Good to go. Cheap. Just a capture can. Now, for some of the more exotic barrel jobs, I get this from Brownells. Brownells non-embedding cleaner. It's a fortune. It's good. This is my favorite. J&B Bore Bright. I use this in long-range rifles, not as much in handguns, but it will microscopically lap the barrel. So think of it like a Teflon coating. You're just polishing the metal, and the next time you shoot, it won't stick to it as easy. It's just more of a preventative. And especially if you use some of the dirtier ammos, it will really come in handy. It's coffee, not shine. We're on the clock here. Alright, I did that. Oh yeah, grease. Alright, I've got some Hoppies grease. You can use axle grease. If you're going to pickle a firearm for long-term storage, get a cheap can of wheel bearing grease from Walmart. You're good to go. Clean everything good. Make sure you use your knife gloves. You don't leave any residual skin oils. And then lather it up in that grease. And you will pickle your firearm. Alright, let's see. Scrubbers. Never throw away another toothbrush. Toothbrushes are one of the best clean... Light came on again. Spooky. Haunted. Toothbrushes are great, and I keep varying degrees. The greasy, the clean, the good, the bad, the ugly. So keep a variety of toothbrushes, never throw them away again. Great for cracks and crevices. And that piece of barbecue beef you just can't get out. Alright. Oh yeah, eye protection. I should have mentioned that a few minutes ago. If you're going to be using your scrub brushes, stuff's going to go in the air. It will get in your eye. If you want to use those, get your old goggles on there. Me, I don't care. My eyes are trashed anyway. Glaucoma. Okay. Now, cleaning rags. We said the clean, the medium, the dirty, the nasty. For the barrel, we have our patches. Standard patches. Buy them by the 500, however you like. Or if you're cheap, like me, I'll take these rags and my pair of scissors and I will cut them up. Where'd my scissors go? Yeah, heck with them. Take my scissors, cut patches. Like I said, never throw away another t-shirt, another piece of material. It's going to the gun cleaning. Okay. Something else? Q-tips. Now just make sure your Q-tip doesn't leave a ton of debris around. Some Q-tips just shed like a poodle. So just make sure you have good ones. But Q-tips, like I said, a lot of this stuff you don't have to spend a lot of money on. Alright, this one costs a little money, but they're invaluable. Pipe cleaners. There's sometimes when nothing else but a pipe cleaner will do. And they make industrial size ones for AR-15s for the gas tubes. Buy AKs, ARs, what prima donnas. Oh, sorry. Okay, that's our patches, our debris. Oh, yeah. Hammers. Just kidding. Don't use hammers on your firearms, please. Leave that to your gunsmith. That's what he does all the time when you're not looking. Trust me. Now, also, I keep a ton of goodies to take with me to the range, and you should start to develop this too. Tools to take with you. Scissors for your patches, screwdrivers, roach clips, forceps. They come in handy. All different sizes. Punches. Dental picks. Dental picks are great. Get them off of eBay. You'll get them cheap. Cracks, crevices. Those things work wonders. Plus, you can clean your teeth with them. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Just what they like to hear about. Needle nose pliers. A bunch of Allen wrenches. Those always come in handy. To-go Allen wrenches. Torx wrenches. All the sizes you need. And that's my to-go bag. Now, let's get to the cleaning. Alright, we keep an assortment of brushes, jags, adapters. Today, we're doing a 45. So, like I said, safety first. Ammo's been removed. Now we got to check to make sure it's clear. Is it clear? That's clear. Nothing in the mag. Nothing in the chamber. It's clear. Time for disassembly. With this Springfield XD45. Up. Disassembly lever. There. Good to go. Release. Done. recoil spring, barrel, disassembled. Nothing to it. Okay, we've got lots to do. And oh yeah, before. Some of you are going to have blued barrels that have rust on them. Now, CLP used along with copper wool is invaluable. COP, pure copper wool, will remove the rusting and pitting without destroying the bluing. Now you say, well, how do I know if it's pure copper wool? Well, trust me, you go to Walmart, it ain't pure copper wool. It's copper-plated steel. That copper will soon wear off and scratch your bluing. Well, Bruce, how do I tell if it's copper-plated or pure? Here's some magnetic spheres. There you go. That be copper-plated steel. Though, that looks like pure copper, doesn't it? No. Now, I get mine at Ingles. That's one of our high-priced grocery stores. Everything's much more there. But Libman's copper wool scrubbers, 2 of them for $2-3, whatever. Look for that 100% copper. All right. I need to get paybacks for all these advertisements. Well, whatever. Okay, here's our hoppies. Number 9. HOPPES. Some people will say hops. I went to the website, got the ads. No, it's hoppies. So, that's the name. Okay, I'm going to start off with a soaker rag. And this is also good to have, just a jar in general. If you have your big jar of hoppies number 9, pour some into the jar, and that way you don't contaminate the big jar. Now, I'm going to get it all wet, but I'm not going to drown it, so I'm going to, there we go, wring it out a little bit, get my Spam can. Now, for semi-autos, always come in from the chamber side, never from the muzzle. Some will say, oh, that's good, Bruce, you're protecting your muzzle. Yeah, I am, but that's not the main reason. Semi-autos, there's a little ring inside of here where the cartridge seats. There's a very distinct ring. It seats in that ring. If I'm coming from the muzzle end, I may not clean up all the deposits on that ring. The cartridge will not go into battery fully. That's our way of saying fully seated in the chamber. Going into battery completely, and we'll have a, quote, catastrophic misfire. All right. So, now it's soaking. I'll put that to the side, and we'll come back to it in a minute or two and continue the scrubby process. But while that's soaking, like you would dishes, pre-soak, we'll go to the other things. All right. Now, we have our recoil, our rod, our spring, our frame, our slide. All right. Now, first thing is trying to remove as much of this junk as you can before putting any cleaner on it. Otherwise, you're going to have carbon sludge. So, I'll pick one of my dirty brushes. They used to be white. Pick up one of my dirty brushes and get as much of the junk off I can. Taking care not to get oil in my striker spring. Most modern semi-autos, it's a striker, unless you've got the hammer on the back, which most don't. Those are mainly left to the diehards, 1911 fans. Bless you, brothers. Bless you. Me, I had to go, instead of 8 rounds, 13 rounds. And I've really gone over to the dark side. I'm going down to a 9mm. 36 cents a round versus about 20. So, And I'm getting older. So, time to back down from these high power beauties. Though I was shooting them side by side the other day at the range, and we'll do another video of that. About shooting the same. But the 9 is sweet. This carries 13 rounds. The 9 carries 19. So, there are advantages. I'll just have to shoot them twice with the 9 versus once with the 45. And that's going to get a lot of people very, very, very upset. There's a lot of caliber snobs out there. Those who think 9mm is it and there's nothing else. Well, be honest, same with the 45. It's 45 or nothing. 1911 or nothing. Me, I like them all. I like them all. Okay, this is clean. Once again, this is time we also inspect what's going on. Cracks, dents, dings, things you haven't seen before. Now you say, well, Bruce, I've never taken it apart. How would I know all this stuff? Well, every time you take it apart, you're going to know more. And you should. Now, this is as far as I want to take this apart. I do not want to drive out the pins for a complete disassembly. On most of these semi-autos, the more you take out the pins, they will become loose, and then you'll have to replace them all. Well, we're trying not to do that. So, this is nice and clean. Good. Alright, this one's almost a little dirty. Here's my middle of the road. We'll do the middle of the road, because this is actually fairly clean. Now, on my recoil spring, I'm just looking for any dirt, debris, taking that out. Overall, it's pretty good. Oil, just a little, and it's still pretty moist. So, here's also where our Q-tip comes in. You want to oil some of these things, and you don't want to put a big drop of oil on there. Ooh! Well, get your Q-tip and do it judiciously. Now, Springfield, it's made tight, very tight, good tolerances. It needs some oil. Think of your firearm like an engine. It needs oil. Except when it comes to a Glock. Glock's the anomaly. It is so sloppy, it is so loose, you almost run it dry. The old adage is, the more you oil a Glock, the worse it becomes. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Glock. I owned one once for 2 weeks before I sold it, promptly. So, a Glock, you only need about 3 drops of oil on the slide and back here in the trigger. And other than that, a Glock is good. So, and it'll be good for thousands of rounds. Can't fault it. So, I'm looking at my trigger, feeling trigger. Yeah, that feels good. Inspecting my slide. Inspecting any damage. Now on the Springfield, check my mag well. How's that mag well? Any dirt in there? Now, remember, your greaseless part of the rag. We want to keep that mag well dry. Clean, but dry. We don't want to get oil in there because oil can go from the side of the mag. Somehow, it will happen into the magazine, into the ammo, and mess you up. We don't want that. Oh, that feels good. Feels good. Magazine release. How's it feel? Is it tight? Alright, I'm going to put just a drop on there. And then work it in. Work it in. Now, for most of you, that will be it. For me, this is a Springfield. It has an ambidextrous There's a mag release on this side. Tricky, isn't it? Eat your heart out, Glock. Oh. So that's working well. I'm not going to oil the inside. And we'll remove the excess. The same as when we're done. Alright, this little section up here, this little section up there, we'll want to put a drop there for that spring. Now, for these slides, right here where the slide goes on, that's the contact point. I'll take a drop there, a drop there, then I'll hit it with the Q-tip so it's not soaking wet. I mean, we want some on it, but it doesn't have to be soaking wet. There. Though I've seen videos where they take handguns and they literally put them in a bucket of oil. They shoot just fine. Of course, if you're like me and wear glasses, you will be covered and splattered. Alright. So that part's looking good. Backstrap safety's fine. That's good. That's clean. Oh yeah, let's lube our slide. Put a drop in there. Where's our Q-tip? There you are. Get our Q-tip. Run that oil up and down. Other side. Now, like I said, on a Glock, this is virtually too much. So, read your manual. Each manufacturer will have their ideas on what they want for lubrication. Now, once again, I'm not putting lube in that spring. It doesn't need it. I'm putting a little bit of oil around this extractor. I'm not putting any oil down the firing pin hole. No, no, no. I'll do a little oil around this. This is a live fire indicator. Chamber loaded indicator. It's in the Springfield. If there's a cartridge in the chamber, that will be up. Alright. Touch of oil there. Now, also, this section right here, wherever metal hits metal, you want a little oil. So that's here, and also here where the barrel will come out. And that's pretty good there. Speaking of barrel, that's been pickling a while. Let's see how else it's doing there. A little scrubby scrub again.